Level 1. The poster. You're not on the most wanted list yet. You're just a face on a poster at the post office that nobody actually reads. It was a bank robbery in a small town, caught on 3 cameras, face clear as day. You wore a hoodie, sure, but you forgot about the angle from the teller station. Amateur hour. The FBI opens a case because it's a federal crime, but right now you're just a number in a pile. One agent gets assigned your file along with 40 others. He'll check the databases, run your photo, and send a few emails. Then he'll move on to something more important. You've got maybe 3 weeks before anyone seriously looks for you. Most guys get caught because they talk to a girlfriend, a drinking buddy, some guy at a bar. You stay quiet. You don't spend the money. No new cars, no trips to Vegas. The cash sits in a storage unit while you work your regular job and pretend nothing happened. 6 months pass. The case goes cold. You're still wanted, technically, but nobody is hunting you. There's a difference. You could live like this for years. Level 2. The regional threat. You hit 3 more banks, different cities, same state, same move. Now there's a pattern, and patterns get attention. The FBI creates a task force, small, just 4 agents, but they're focused entirely on you. They call you the hoodie bandit in internal reports. Local news picks up the story. Your photo hits social media. Tips start flooding in, but most of them are useless. People say they saw you in Ohio and Florida at the same time. The task force filters through the noise, looking for the one tip that's real. Then you make your first real mistake. You use your phone near a bank you're scouting, just to check a map. Nothing illegal, right? Wrong. Your phone pings a tower. The FBI doesn't have your name yet, but they have a list of every phone in that area. Every time you scout a new spot, that list gets shorter.
You're leaving a digital trail you can't even see. The net is tightening, and you won't feel it until it's already closed. Level 3. The federal priority. A robbery goes wrong. A security guard pulls a weapon, and you pull yours first. He barely survives. Now, you're not just a thief, you're an attempted murderer. Everything changes. The task force triples in size. You get a dedicated analyst who does nothing but study your life. They know when you strike and where you go next. Humans are bad at being random. We create patterns without realizing it, and the analyst sees them all. Your face goes on billboards. There's a $25,000 reward. You're on the FBI website now. The media gives you a scary nickname. You're a narrative now, a threat to the community. Your tips flood in by the hundreds. One of them is your ex-girlfriend. She recognized your hands in the surveillance footage, the way you hold a gun, the way you stand. Something just clicked. The FBI is at her door within hours. Level 4. The manhunt. They know your name now. They know where you went to school and who your family is. Agents are interviewing your parents and your old coworkers. Everyone you've ever known gets a visit. Your mother cries and says she doesn't know where you are. Your brother just shuts the door. The FBI freezes your bank accounts. They're watching your email. They're sitting on your friends' houses, waiting for you to call. Isolation is its own kind of prison. You're sleeping in $40 motels, paying cash, using fake names that wouldn't fool anyone. You're hiding in small towns in Missouri or Arkansas where people don't ask questions. You grow a beard and lose weight from the stress. You look different, which helps, but you're running out of money. You have to hit another bank. You scout a target in a town so small it doesn't even have a traffic light. 1 bank, 2 employees. You're betting the FBI is only looking in the big cities. The robbery takes 4 minutes. You take $12,000. You're back in your car and gone before the cops even show up. You think you're clean. You're driving down a back road, dead silence in the car. Suddenly, your burner phone pings. Not a call, just a notification. You realize the FBI didn't just track the tower, they spoofed it. They've been watching your GPS for the last 10 miles. Your heart hits your throat.
You see the lights of a roadblock on Highway 63. You ditch the car and run into the woods. Level 5. The Fugitive. You survive 3 days in the woods. It's January and it's freezing. You build tiny fires and put them out before dawn because you're scared of the smoke. You're eating half a granola bar a day. Your water bottle is a block of ice. You melt snow in your hands and drink it just to stay alive. On the 3rd night, you find a farmhouse. You break in through a basement window. The owners are gone on vacation. You find canned food and blankets. You stay for 2 days, keeping the lights off, trying to be a ghost. But a neighbor drives by too slowly, looking at the house. You have to leave. Back into the woods, back into the cold, but you left tracks in the snow you couldn't cover. The task force brings in bloodhounds. You hear them before you see them, that deep barking getting closer and closer. You run until your lungs feel like they're bleeding. You cross a creek to break the scent, but the dogs don't stop. You're exhausted. Your body is shutting down. A helicopter appears overhead, using thermal imaging to see your heat through the trees. You maybe have 10 minutes left. You slide down a ravine and snap your ankle. The pain is absolute. You can't run anymore. The dogs arrive first, then the guys with the rifles. Someone yells commands you can't even understand. You raise your hands. You don't reach for the gun. You know that reaching means dying. They tackle you into the frozen dirt, zip ties on your wrists. The helicopter is deafening. Someone reads you your rights, but you can't hear them over your own breathing. It's over. The end. 40 years, no parole. You'll be 71 when you get out. You spend 22 years in Leavenworth. Your mom dies. Your brother stops writing. You become a number. Cell block D. On the day you're released, your parole officer hands you your personal property. In the bag is the $12,000 you stole from that last job. He tells you that bank you hit was a feeder branch for the feds. Almost every bill was marked with invisible ink. You could have never spent a dime of it. You spent half your life in a cage for money that was never real. You walk out with $600 and a bus ticket. The world has changed. People talk to their watches. You're a ghost. You were a most wanted man once. Now you're just an old man trying to figure out how to use a phone. The list goes on without you. New faces, same mistakes. They all think they're smarter than you were. They aren't. Nobody is.